Hey guys! By now, many of you have probably seen my swatch video for MAC's 2011 holiday collection called Glitter and Ice. If you haven't, I'll include a link in the info section. To those of you who have seen the video and commented on the song that I used in there, I wanted to say thank you. I do try and throw as much of myself as I can into these videos, and most of the time that includes my own music, so when I do, it is always nice to hear from you guys. Incidentally, the song that I used in the swatch video features Jade Jericho on backing vocals, and some of you may remember her from the Estee Lauder Modern Mercury video that I did a while back. Just a little random fun fact that I thought that I'd share. Now, as far as the holiday collection goes, I don't have everything from the Glitter and Ice collection. There are some paint pots, some dazzle glasses, and some nail lacquers. My review today is going to be limited to the products that I purchased myself, and that includes the 6 Mineralized Eyeshadows, the 6 lipsticks, the 2 beauty powders, and I also picked up a brush kit that I'll be showing you at the end of the video. Now, all of these products are new and limited edition. There are no repromotes, there's nothing that's part of MAC's permanent range in what I'm showing you today. And of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I will see what I can do to answer them. The packaging for this collection is all metallic silver. You can kind of see how that reflects the light, which I thought was kind of cool. Of the Mineralized eyeshadows, now there are 6 new ones. Like I said, they are all limited edition. They are in alphabetical order. Fresh Ice, a cool, frosty, snowy white. Frozen Blue, which is a frosted blue-leaning silver gray. Hold That Pose, a high shine metallic pale mauve. Shimmer Mint, which is a sparkling glittery pale minty blue. Snow Season, a pale icy metallic pink. It's similar to Hold That Pose, but it's brighter and lighter. And then Winterized, which is a brownish plum, and it's the least frosted of the bunch. Now, for those of you who don't know, MAC's Mineralized Eyeshadows are their most multi-use friendly eyeshadow product. They can be applied dry or wet for greater coverage. The color payoff is almost always disappointing from what you see in the pan versus what you get on your skin. I actually tend to favor these as highlighters. Fresh Ice and Shimmer Mint are probably my 2 favorites in this lineup. Fresh Ice is just this really, really cool, icy, snowy white. It looks like if you ate it, it would taste sweet. And there's something about this that I really, really like. Shimmer Mint is just lots and lots and lots of fun glitter, and I've used this over lips as a highlight, and it's really cool. Adds a cool, sort of like blue-brown pigment kind of effect. It's a lot of fun to work with. Pretty much all of the other colors I could kind of take or leave. Frozen Blue, which is that silvery color, I have a lot of silvers that quite frankly are a little better than this one, so it's not super exciting for me. Winterized is this dark one here, and mine, if you can hear that, is actually loose in the container, which I thought was kind of funny. I was excited about this one because I thought that it might be like Earthly Riches, which is an old Mineralized eyeshadow by MAC. This is discontinued, no longer available, but it used to be permanent, and I really actually like Earthly Riches. I swatched them next to each other so that you could see them, and they aren't exactly similar. Earthly Riches is much more red plum than Winterized, but if you liked Earthly Riches, if you're out of it, they're still close enough to each other to where you might want to go and check out Winterized. Now, as far as the lipsticks go, there are 6 launching with this collection. They are in alphabetical order. Double Spin, which is a very cool toned pale pink beige nude in a semi-opaque cream sheen finish. Eloquent Air, which is a sheer silver and a glaze finish. Soft Sable, a high frosted semi-sheer tan mauve and a frost finish. Such Flare, which is a full coverage, bright, blue-based, very holiday red with a matte finish. What Joy, which I thought was a very 1990s looking semi-opaque burgundy berry color. It does have a very non-90s satin finish though. And then lastly, Whirls and Twirls, which is an ultra sheer golden rose in a glaze finish. Now I have my notes down here, so if I look down, that's what I'm looking at. Double Spin is actually one that I liked, but I didn't like upon first impression. After playing around with it though, I don't have a nude like this that's very cool toned, kind of pinky, almost white looking, so I did quite like it. Eloquent Air, that silver, in case you are wondering, is not a dupe for last year's Riveting. Riveting was silver and frosty, so it was much more opaque. I swatched them next to each other so that you can see. Soft Sable, you're only going to like if you like a lot of frost. Now, I really, really liked this color. I thought that it was a really cool, pewtery sort of a color. I don't have anything like it, and I really did like it. It's not very opaque, so it's not going to really make you look dead, like you have a lot of darkness on your lips. Such Flare is the red in this lineup. Now, this is a really, really gorgeous red. It is, however, very, very close to Russian Red. It's, I think, 2 parts Russian Red to 1 part Ruby Woo. If you mix that up, this is what you're going to get. The texture is different from Russian Red and Ruby Woo though. This is very silky and soft for a matte. What Joy is really, really pretty, but honestly to me it just looks like a berry kind of lipstick. It's just very burgundy. If you are a brunette with very pale skin, if you look good in plum blushes, you might want to take a look at What Joy. It will probably complement your skin very well. Whirls and Twirls is the other glaze finish that comes out with this collection. I actually really, really, really liked this, and I'll tell you why. It doesn't look like anything on. I don't often wander out of the house with bright red lips. You can if you want. I just tend to not. But sometimes it is fun to just put lipstick on. I don't know. I have so much of it and I never wear it. So I look for colors like this that I can keep for myself that just look like a little bit of shine, a little bit of shimmer. I'll put it on for you and you can see what that looks like. Not much of anything. But, like I said, sometimes it's just fun to put on lipsticks. Now, moving on to the beauty powders. If you aren't familiar with MAC's beauty powders, they are multi-purpose pressed powders. The coverage is usually very sheer, and the colors range from blushes to bronzers to highlighters. You can use them in any one of those ways depending on what your skin tone is. The texture is usually what sells this product. They're very, very soft. They have a very luxurious feel to them. That's due to the high talc content that's in this product. If you're someone who avoids products that have talc, you would want to skip these because the most prominent ingredient in beauty powders is talc. Now, the 2 coming out with this collection are Snow Globe, which, though it looks kind of pinkish, is mostly just an icy translucent frost, and How Beautiful, which is honestly just a slightly darker version of Snow Globe. How Beautiful is definitely brown. It's not orange, it's not red, it's just pretty much brown. But I would warn against using this as a contour color because it does have shimmer in it. To be completely honest, beauty powders kind of always confuse me. I remember the first time I saw one, I was in a MAC store and I said, "What are beauty powders anyway?" And one of the employees off in the distance yelled, "Pointless!" I thought that was actually really funny. If you like beauty powders, these are 2 more to check out, and they're very universal shades. If you don't like them because they're sheer and you've always been confused by them, just don't pick these up because they're not worth it. Now lastly, let's talk about the brush set. This is what it looks like. It comes in a little box like this. I normally do not buy MAC's holiday brush sets. These ones are coming in bags like this, clear bags with this little weird silver thing. This seems like, you can see, it's just there. It seems like it would bend or fly off or something. I don't quite understand the little globy thing here. I think it's supposed to be like a snow globe, but I don't know. The zipper doesn't really operate smoothly, so I can see this falling apart after a while. And clear plastic I'm not a huge fan of because when it gets dirty it just looks really nasty. But the reason that I got this brush set was because, 1, I've never gotten a MAC holiday brush set. Now I've sort of played with them in the store and I've seen them and I know that the quality isn't as good as their regular brushes, but I've never actually used any of them in reality, like on myself or on anybody else. So I wanted to pick up a set. I loved the handles. I thought that they were really cool. The other reason that I got this set was because it was an all-white set, and I thought that that was really interesting. It has a white version of the 212, which is one of my favorite lip brushes, and it had a new powder brush in it. This is the MAC 167 Special Edition. As far as I know, this is a new shape that we haven't seen before. It's actually not a great shape. It's very flat on the top. It's just a big, flat powder brush. It's not very densely packed. I'm going to get to the cons here now. The brushes shed really bad. I've used these a couple times and washed them. This powder brush is actually quite soft. The 168 brush, I could feel had some scratchiness to it, as well as the 239 and the 217 special editions were very scratchy, in particular the 239. And this was actually kind of uncomfortable to use on the eyes. It just, it feels really, really, really cheap. Now, most of us know to avoid MAC's holiday brush sets, so I feel like telling you to not get this would be sort of a moot point because a lot of us already know they're kind of crap. But if you don't, I wouldn't necessarily want to pick these up. They are really cheap, they're poorly constructed, they don't really feel nice, and they don't really do a great job, which is a shame because they do actually look really cool and the handles are really, really neat. Now, of course, product and pricing information is also in the info section. This collection officially launches on Thursday, the 27th of October, 2011 in the US, though most MAC counters are doing pre-sales right now. So that's it. I hope that this is helpful when you are shopping and looking at some of this stuff this season. Let me know what you think, if anything interests you, or if you're going to pass on any of this. Alright guys, thanks so much. I will see you soon. Take care and drive safe.